business studies, accounting. And when you teach accounting or business, you tell people about reports that companies have to produce to tell the world how they are performing. They're known as financial statements, and there are two financial statements. One is known as a balance sheet. And those of you who have businesses, you can tell me, what's the other one known as? The profit and loss account. Thank you very much. Or the operating statement, the balance sheet and the operating statement. Now, these two statements, you can always produce them at any one time, and you can give them out to the people who want to know about your business. But these two statements, they report very differently about your life as a business. The balance sheet tells you how you are on that day and that day only. It's like a camera photograph. And you only caught the way the camera caught you when the shutter was clicked. If you are smiling, if you are laughing, if you're doing something odd, that's how they get it. Not a moment later, not a moment before. The balance sheet is like a photograph. The operating statement, however, doesn't show you that moment. It shows you the whole story as you go along, from the beginning to the end. It doesn't hide anything. It doesn't skip anything. It shows you the picture, like a movie, like a film, like a DVD as the Reverend had. The Reverend had still pictures and a DVD. So if you look at the still pictures, you might see things. If you see the DVD, you'll see something else. So even to God, even to Christ, we can present these two documents. We can show Jesus our balance sheet. But which balance sheet? The one on Sunday afternoon, Sunday the 13th of September. Why will I show him that balance sheet? Because I was in front of the congregation and I was preaching. It's going to be a good balance sheet, won't it? I'm likely to get all the credit I need. After all, this balance sheet shows, this person was at the right place at the right place. However, what about this morning? What about yesterday evening? Well, he'll have to look at this other one. He'll have to look at the operating statement. And I would rather, sometimes I would rather he doesn't look at that, because the operating statement is a bit harder to control. It doesn't quite, it's a movie, it's your life. Baba Mima has read for us the second part of the scriptures, which we read very well. And it's about when we account to the Lord. Not now, maybe later on when we go on to meet him, we account to him, and he's not going to ask us for the balance sheet. I'm telling you, if he asks us for a balance sheet, I've got mine for today, 13th of September. Hiyo nitaweka hapa na ndio nitampatia. But he doesn't want to see that. He wants to see my account. From the time he showed me the way of life and all the way that I've gone through, and he will see those days when my lights used to be down and dim and forgotten. He will see those days when I used to hide the lamp under the bushel. And he's going to see those days when I just wasn't a good Christian at all. So Baba Mima says, we'll be divided into two. There'll be those who will be kept on this side, there'll be those who will be kept on this side. And on that day, you'll be asked for your account. If you have never done accounting, then that day you'll do some accounting. That day utaambiwa, sasa tuambie story yako. On this day and on that day and on that other day, can you maybe tell us about this moment when there was darkness around your life? Tell us about this other moment when things were, and even maybe for people like Anne who are really good singers, there'll be many good ticks along for them. You really praised the Lord, you used your voice, you brought people to Christ. Other people who serve in different capacities, there'll be many good points for all of us, because we all have good points. But let's try as much as we can so that the operating statement is positive. That's my message to you. My message is really just that. And you ask yourself, how can I make sure that my operating statement is positive? You just need to go to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. Simple statement by St. Paul that tells us how to live. And he says, walk worthy of the calling with which you are called. Ati thie na mithiire yagireire kuringana na mwito uria wetirwo. Tondu wetirwo, the moment you got to know Jesus Christ And I'm not talking about salvation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with kumenya Jesu na kumwetekera. So walk worthy of the calling. Utuko na muthenya. We kanitha-ini umuthi kana rucio-ruci-ini wi wira-ini kana no umuthi hwaini wakiinuka gwaku. So that there will be nothing to shame you, and so that there will be nothing to shame the good Lord. Because as Baba Mima read, there are some of us who will be chased away. We'll be told, where he did awari London, where he did awari, wari ku London. Nwe kiliona nona na hii no koiga atiri, but Lord, how come you remember these people arguing, but Lord, when did we ever do these things? And the Lord is saying, so long as you did them to other people, you did them to me.